Hey guys, thanks for watching again. I know I was supposed to put a video a little bit, a little bit sooner than I have, but things get in the way. So the three main things that I've done to the ute since the last video, and what you can hear now is the air because I'm airing down at just off the power lines track in Mundaring. One thing I haven't got with me, but it's the bumper dumper that I was talking about. Now all it was, it's made out of a bit of 50 by 50 tube that goes into the tow hitch, and it's just looks like a bit of a horseshoe, and you've got a dunny seat on it, and it does as described. Yes, I do have a porta potty or chemical toilet, but there's more to carry with that. You got to carry the little blue sachet thing, you've got to carry water, and it takes up more room as well. And I think it's slightly heavier. But that does mean you can go to some other places where just a simple bumper dumper wouldn't pass the quids. So I don't have that with me today, but I have put a photo of it on Instagram, not YouTube. I can't put a thing up on YouTube, the photos up on YouTube. But what I can show you is the two other things that I've done: the rear winch and the roof. Well, when I say roof, the tradie rack mounted spotlights. Now I have done a photo of it. There they are, up there. Now I've put them up there not for looks, but for me, practically, like how they work. I've got the light bar on the front here because that's more of a generally your light bars are more for like a flood than a spot. Like they don't have as much throw as your spotlights. They do have quite a decent throw on them, but for me, when the spotlights for being up high, it's up high, and they've got that more throw, so you get more. For me, I personally find I get more usable distance out of them. Excuse me, I've just had breakfast. So that's why I've put them up high like I have. Not for looks, not to look how good I am. Literally, it's just for me, they work better like that. Yeah, so obviously put them ball bars and things all the time, and they still do what they need to do. But for me, I just prefer them to be up top. Yeah. Now the rear winch is right there. You can see it. Once again, I've put the photos up. Now that's at the moment it's just bolted on there, and the bolts are torqued up, and everything's to spec, but I'm yet to find out. I've got to go and have a chat to a couple of tow bar places whether or not I can actually weld on that tow hitch setup, because when they make them, it's just made out of normal mild steel. It's stuff you could buy off the shelf yourself. There's a few dirt bikes out here. So I'm not entirely, but then I Google it just to get a quick reference, and it's leading me both ways, where it's like saying if it's already got stuff welded yet, you should be able to do it, because it's not a part, to me, it's technically not a part of the you obviously can't weld on the chassis, and if you do, you've got to do it a particular way. But with this, because it's bolted onto the chassis, it's saying that 1 minute it's saying you can, 1 minute it's saying you can't. So, and if I can, for me to do it comfortably, I'm gonna have to take the whole thing off, just so I can weld it. I don't have to try and weld overhead and stuff, and it's make life a little bit easier for me. But in saying that, what it does mean now is I can get myself out of trouble backwards, obviously, as well as forwards. You can run. I've seen it done before, where I was told by an ex, like a veteran, an old veteran, from Vietnam, that when he was still in, and they used to, when they first had the 110s, because he was still in the army when they got them, what they used to do, they used to run the cable or run the winch underneath the vehicle and do it like that. And sometimes they'll put like a bit of channel or something underneath the vehicle. Again, this is just him telling me this. And other thing I've seen on a couple of channels where you can use a couple of different like pulley blocks to go from the front, and you go around, do a couple of trees, and you can, through a bit of trigonometry and some pulleys, you can do it like that. But the one issue that they both have is that length of winch rope that you're using to get, like, running it underneath, that length of winch rope that's underneath the vehicle, or even getting to the point to the rear of the vehicle and then go, that's usable winch rope that's you can't use while it's So by putting a rear mantle winch, I don't have that issue. Is it a necessity for every single foot? Absolutely not. You obviously can get away with not having a rear winch. A lot of people do, and I have. But I just found it, because I like doing a lot of solo stuff, I want to be able to know for sure that I can get myself out no matter what. I can get myself out forwards, backwards, and the good thing is that they're both, one, the same brand, and two, the same, well, there's really three things. So one, the same brand, two, the same model of winch, and three, that they're both either wireless or wide. So they're both a King's Dominator X. I think there's a Series 2. They've discontinued them now because, like a lot of manufacturers, they've gone to a purely wireless controller now. So that's apparently to do with the module, they can make them smaller, compact, and easier to hide. While that's a good thing in practice, if, say for instance, the wireless part of the controller doesn't work, or whatever reason you can't use the wireless part of it isn't working properly, you still have that backup of the wired, so you can still have that cable, and you can still use the winch. Otherwise, if it's purely a wireless setup, well then, if that, for whatever reason, the little receiver something stops working, well then you've effectively got a useless winch, and that's no point in having that. So yeah, so they're both, like I said, they're both King's Dominator X. I think they're the Series 2, I think. Oops. Yeah, Dominator Extreme. Sorry, so if worst comes to shove, and say for instance my front one, or either one, the winch itself dies, I've technically got a spare. So there's again another way of getting myself out the shit. So yeah, so I've done that. I don't think there's going to be much. I don't think I've got much left to sort of do. That I'm always going to find something. I think everyone does. I think I'm going to put. The next thing that I'm going to be doing once the tyres on this are done. It's starting to get a little bit low now. Yeah, still been a little more left in them. I'll be putting now on the MN Triton. There's a lot of conjecture whether or not you could put a 15-inch rim, or was it 16? Now these are 16 by 8. That's probably one of the most common size rim to put up for a 33. I've since found out, and I have been able to prove, that you can stick a 15. The ones I've got sitting at home are 15 by 7, and the most common 33-inch width tyre, I think it's like 10.5 or something. That's the most common one. They will go onto a 15 by 7 rim. The 15 by 7, the 15-inch rim, does just clear the caliper, the front, the calipers and the rear drums. So there is like, so no speculation. I have done it. I have put 15-inch rims in my own car. They do fit. You can't even, but that is the smallest you can go. And with them being still 33s, there's no chance of all, you know, the aspect or width, whatever you want to call it, is going to scrub. The 33s still do scrub a tiny bit, but I think the only way to get around that is to put a bigger lift, and yeah, not doing that. So yeah, so that's a couple of things I've done, and again, none of it's been done for looks. It's actually been done out of practicality. Again, you guys might find something, may disagree and go, mate, I like these spotlights on the front. That's cool, but for me, up top is more practical, more usable for me. And the rear winch, again, it's purely just so I can get myself out just as easily backwards as I can, and I can get myself, yeah, get myself out just as easily backwards as I can do forwards. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys get some sort of enjoyment out of it, and yeah, pick some up ideas of all the photos and the videos that I've posted up so far. And yeah, catch you later.